for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
Here we are in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as the Cup and Target Series head to Darlington. The Truck Series heads to Myrtle Beach Speedway for the running of the Chick-Fil-A 250, as we are on our quest for to determine the drivers to make the chase for season number 5. Marshall Burrow in the 10 has the pole for tonight's race. To his outside is the 60 of Riley Spurley-Tube. Then third is Tim Randolph, fourth is Roland Cook, and rounding out the top 5 we have Max Rossi. In 6th, it's Reese Bennett. 7th is Jay Jefferson. Matt Hamill in 8th. 9th is Cynthia Bright. And Francis Dustin rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Razor, to his inside Blake Petrus. Then there's Daniel Price and Keyshawn Richardson. Behind them, Ricky Miller and Greg Lee. Derek Bouchard, who is our points leader coming into this race. Trey Rainey to his outside. Then we have Mike Burrow and Cole Luigi, who's second in points coming into this race. A 4-point separation between the 15 and the 31. Then behind them, Danny Bright and Danny Lloyd. Keith Stevens and Oliver Galloway. Then there's Eli Tomlin and Anton Charlebois, Jack Canaramo with Lawrence Palinpon. Then we have Jonathan Buford and Stephen Taylor, Mathis Wells and Luke Rainey. Then Landon Lyons and Jake Galloway. And in the final row, Michael Sanders and Anthony Hernandez, to his outside, starting in the 36th and final position. So there's our field for the Chick-Fil-A 250. Let's get down trackside, get the man to fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
Our 36 truck field firing their engines up as we get ready to roll off the starting grid for the Chick-Fil-A 250 under the lights here at Myrtle Beach. And the field rolls off the starting grid. Marshall Burrow, Riley Spurley-Tube on the front row for tonight's event. More short track racing in the Pennzoil Truck Series as we emerge towards the chase for season number 5. Short track racing on the asphalt this time. Burrow, Spurley-Tube, front row, off turn 4 to the restart zone. We are green at Myrtle Beach for 38 laps here in the Chick-Fil-A 250. Burrow leads lap 1 from the pole in the 10, but hot on his tail is Tim Randolph to turn 1. Max Rossi third. Here comes Roland Cook for that third position as the 41 looks low on the 10. They both got the racetrack. The 10 up against the wall. The 14 on the wall back there. Here comes Tim Randolph. Side by side with Burrow to turn 3. Randolph comes off the corner. He'll lead lap 2 as he clears the 10. New leader, and it's Tim Randolph here at at Myrtle Beach. Roland Cook in the 47 down to the bottom for a second. The 10 falling back to the outside. Cook to the inside, down the back stretch, 3 wide further back in the middle lane is second in points, Cole Luigi, and a huge mess, and further back, even a bigger mess. Trucks up against the wall, trucks 3 and 4 wide, trying to make their way forward. As Cole Luigi continues to fall back, Derek Bouchard continues to move forward, up inside the top 10 for the 15. Now Burrow for the crossover in the 47, couldn't get done there. Stays in line third, here comes Riley Spurley-Tube, starts second, going for fourth. As first second, Burrow's going to get to the inside, down the front stretch. Side by side, Burrow's the advantage to turn 1 on the inside. Burrow's going to grab second back. Spurley-Tube slides up with Max Rossi, almost contact between the two. Oh, around goes the 8-4! Off the bumper, the 15! He's down against the wall, so there shouldn't be anyone else hit. The yellow will come out. The 84 spins around for a top 5 spot. Randolph leads us back in the 41. As off the front bumper, the 15 Derek Bouchard, the 84 goes around. So yellow is out for the first time here tonight at Myrtle Beach. What's happened to Francis Suss in the 84? He goes for a spin in front of the field. Luckily, no one collected. That truck now at the back of the field. Francis Suss running inside the top 10, the 7th position. Trying to pass Cynthia Bright, the 33 right there for 6th. Gets up the racetrack a little bit. Derek Bouchard looks to the inside. Bouchard once again, the points there coming in this race, trying to get every point. Dustin tries to come off, getting a nice little run off the corner. Comes down to the 15. Bouchard can't lift. Spins the 84 around Francis Dustin. The yellow comes out. He does a great job locking the brakes down, keeping it on the inside wall and out of the trucks on the outside. So luckily, only a single track spin. No damage done to anyone. But Bouchard spins the 84 around. I think Dustin tried to cut down, maybe get a good exit to the corner. Couldn't get that done there. Spins it around. The yellow flag comes out for a single truck spin down the backstretch in front of the field. Tim ran off the 41, leads back to the caution flag. They'll obviously stay on the racetrack. Marshall Burrow will be behind for the green flag here in the Chick-Fil-A 250. Coming back green, 28 laps of racing to go here at Myrtle Beach. Tim Randolph leads, all 36 trucks left on the racetrack. Randolph, the 41, leading. Second place is Marshall Burrow from the pole. Roland Cook third, Riley Springfield fourth, Max Rossi fifth. Points leader Derek Bouchard is right now 7th, Co Luigi 10th. So they've not let each other get too far away, but Bouchard would open up the points gap just a little bit due to where they are right now. Green flag back in the air, we're back racing at Myrtle Beach. Randolph gets a nice jump over Marshall Burrow to turn 1. And Burrow was caught sleeping there. Let's look at Max Rossi for 4th on Riley Springfield, goes up the racetrack. Look at him going 3 wide back here. Luigi had to lift the 10 sideways. Off the front for the 47, slides back up. Cook up the racetrack now. Rossi to the inside, 47 almost up into the wall. Hard racing all around this half-mile racetrack. Cynthia Bright pushing Riley Springfield through. Here they come off turn 2. Look at the truck sliding up for the back. Down the back stretch. Looking 3 wide. Luigi tries to get down line. Look at Oliver Galloway. Send it off to the inside Daniel Price. Now Bouchard at the racetrack, the 15. Cook up top 3 wide, falls back, but gets in line. The front 3 have gotten away. Now look at this battle for 7th. Danny Bright to the inside, into the wall. Riley Springfield up ahead. They're 3 wide. The 60 into the wall. Sideways for Stephen Taylor, trying to control their trucks. Trucks going everywhere, left and right, top to bottom. Here comes Colucci trying to get by Derek Bouchard. Could be for the points lead. Side by side to the top 10. These are the front 2 in points. Luigi to 7th. Bouchard back to 8th and falling back. Here comes Luigi for a top 5. 3 wide. Danny Bright in the middle. Gets clear. Roland Cook the 47 up top. Luigi stays in line. Now going for 6th. 3 wide. Derek Bouchard up top. Brings him in the middle. The 15 gets clear. Can't get down line. He is down line. Now looking to the inside of the 5. Up at the front 4. The race lead. 3 trucks break away. It's the 41, the 10, the 28. Randolph, Burrow, Max Rossi. Cynthia Bright trying to close in. Here comes Derek Bouchard back inside the top 10. Moving forward in the 15. Trey Rainey in the 18. Sideways off the corner. Here comes Jake Galloway 3 wide, the 11. Galloway started in the 30s. Up for a top 10 spot. No quit in this 11 team. They're fighting back. They want to stay top 10 in points to make sure they can make the chase. Moving forward, almost up inside the top 10. Now the 88 and the 31 get caught up top. Bouchard can get the position back for the 31 and get back to the points lead. Yellow's out. Caution is out. And maybe for the 3 VI Tomlin. Racing back here are our leaders. Max Rossi is going to get to 2nd. Can Cynthia Bright get 3rd? No. So it's going to be Randolph in the lead. Rossi 2nd. Burrow 3rd. And Cynthia Bright 4th. And it looks like these drivers did race back to the caution flag. That saves Colucci from falling back on the outside. So we'll see what happens. Caution is out for the 2nd time here just before the midway point of the race. Eli Tomlin the 3 with damage in this one. Here is the reason for the caution flag towards the back of the field. Eli Tomlin running 26. He's on the outside right here. Anthony Hernandez making a 3-way move in the 13. Down low. Right here, the 3's trying to cut into the corner. 13 may have gotten slower. 3 cuts down into the 13. Up in the air for both of them. Tomlin rides the wall. Hernandez gets back on straight. The 3 on his side. And tumbles down the banking here at Myrtle Beach. And the yellow comes out. Tomlin drives away after flipping down off of the wall. And turns 3 and 4 this Myrtle Beach Speedway. I think Tomlin misjudged right here. The 13 down low, I think he thought he was going to be faster in the corner. He was not. He was a lot slower. 3 comes down into him. Right there on the side for the 3. Tomlin, the 13, Hernandez up off the ground. So pretty significant damage for that 13 as well. So he can stay in the race as he is, remember, fighting for a chase spot that number 13 is. So a roll to bring out caution number 2 here at Myrtle Beach. Tim Randolph has dominated here today. Took the lead on lap number 2. Has not looked back since, but now he has another restart to deal with. Max Rossi on his tail for this one will go back green after the halfway point of the Chick-Fil-A 250. Green flag this time by 16 laps of racing to go in the Chick-Fil-A 250. Even after the roll, all 36 trucks still going on the lead lap and on the racetrack. Can they finish it like that? 16 laps to go. Tim Randolph leads on the 41. His dominates at all but 1 lap so far tonight. Now Max Rossi is the 1 second. Marshall Burrow back to 3rd. Cynthia Bright to 4th. Roland Cook 5th. Then 6th is Danny Bright. Derek Bouchard is now 7th. Co Luigi 8th. Reese Bennett 9th. Oliver Galloway 10th. Remember, 7th and 8th are the battle for the points lead. Back racing. Rossi got a pretty good jump there. We'll see who can make the move down low. Look at them stacked up third on back. Burrow may have held the 33 up a little bit down the back stretch. Max Rossi looking a little bit lower through turn number 3. Goes up the racetrack. Powers up the corner, 15 laps of racing to go. Half a mile each time around. Here's the battle right here. Derek Picard trying to move further forward. They're stacking up. Here comes Cynthia Bright for third. Marshall Burrow down the back stretch. Trying to take it. Gets to the inside. Drives it hard to the corner. Cook goes on the 47. Danny Bright moves low to take a position to get inside the top 5. Derek Picard trying to follow his way through. They're still side by side for third. The front two trying to pull away. Cynthia Bright trying to move up in front of the 10, but can't quite get it done there. They race side by side once again down the back stretch. 10 with the run on the top side. Trying to get down. Contact may have been made. Bright gonna finally clear for third. And now for the lead, Max Rossi to the inside, Tim Randolph. Turn number 1. Rossi had one stolen at Mosport. Trying to steal one here tonight. Down the backstretch, side by side, still for the lead to turn 3. No fight, no give up. Max Rossi clears Tim Randolph to move up. No, the 41's up there. Turn number 1. The 4-1 fight back to the outside. But Rossi gets way up against the wall, goes Tim Randolph. Yellow is back out, and it's for Peterson, the 19. And this will be with 11 laps to go. So we'll have a late race restart, under 10 to go. Rossi in front, Randolph second, Cynthia Bright third. Derek Bouchard to 5th now in the 15. Luigi back to 9th. Yellow for the 3rd time, this time involving Blake Peterson, the 19. We'll see about the caution for the 3rd time here tonight. Here's the reason for the caution. Peterson's been getting bumped around, apparently see all the damage done at number 19. This is short track racing, half a mile track. And right here in the middle of a 3-wide situation, Greg Lee coming on the 14 with a big run. Peters kind of slides up, then maybe comes back down a little bit. Maybe he'll lose off the corner. Lee just cannot check up in time. Spins the 19 through the infield grass. And the yellow flag comes out for the 3rd time as Peters spins across the grass. It's going to set up a very late race restart. It's going to be with under 10 laps to go here at Myrtle Beach. So just once again, second caution this tonight that has been caused by a single truck spin. Our first caution came out for that, and now this caution right here. So yellow comes out just as Max Rossi gets to the race lead. So Rossi will be our race leader now in this restart. He's trying to steal one from Tim Randolph, but now Randolph's going to have another shot on this restart with under 10 to go in the Chick-Fil-A 250. 6 laps to go green here at Myrtle Beach. Max Rossi leads with all 6 laps go green. Will we end it under the yellow flag? And can someone try and stop the 28? Only truck out now is the 51 Vantage sharp wall header issue there. So we will have a truck retired from this race. 35 trucks on the lead lap on the racetrack. Max Rossi trying to steal one after he got one stolen from him last race. Randolph trying to get back in second. Cynthia Bright, Danny Bright, and Derek Bouchard. Our front 5 Bouchard points leader coming in this race. We are back racing. 6 to go here at Myrtle Beach. Randolph stayed with the 28 to turn 1. Stays in line. Trey Reno already jumped to the inside the 18. Getting up to 6th. Luigi falling back on the outside as Jake Galloway goes for 9th. Up at the front, Cynthia Bright's been so fast, but only has 5 laps to get by 2 trucks. A yellow flag would end it here at Myrtle Beach. 5 to go. Half a mile each time around, so 2.5 miles left. Randolph, a little lower through 1 and 2. And down the backstretch, they race. Luigi's still trying to fend off Jake Galloway back there. Turn 3 now. Bright closing in the 33, but is it enough for her to try and get by? 4 to go. Rossi opens the gap that time by. Randolph back through 1 and 2 this time. About half a lane lower as they come down the backstretch. Galloway still moving forward. Luigi falling back in the 31. Bouchard's going to open up the points, it looks like at this moment. Coming to 3 to go here at Myrtle Beach. Rossi, 28 out front. Randolph, the 41 in second. Cynthia Bright, Danny Bright, bound for third. The 33 slips up. The 88 in the back bumper, they fall back. It's a 2-horse race at the front. Coming to 2 to go. 1 mile left. Max Rossi, Tim Randolph, nose to tail at 2 laps to go. Who's going to win this famed short track in South Carolina? Rossi and Randolph both go up the racetrack. They both slide up. The 28 gaps a little bit. Down the backstretch, white flag this time by. Rossi has pulled a gap coming to the white flag. We are on the final lap of the Chick-Fil-A 250. Max Rossi trying to hold off Tim Randolph for the lead and the win. Randolph drives it hard to the corner, but up the racetrack he goes. He falls back. Backstretch for the final time. Turn 3 for the final time. Rossi got one stolen at Motorsport. Got past late. Now he's going to steal one from Tim Ralph off turn number 4. Rossi holds out the challenge to win at Myrtle Beach. And Bright fell back in the 88. Danny Bright fell back. Bouchard got by him for some more points. But how about Max Rossi? The loss at Motorsport did not affect him here tonight. He steals one from Tim Randolph and he wins the Chick-Fil-A 250. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the Chick-Fil-A 250 at Myrtle Beach. 3 caution flags for 15 laps and 2 lead changes, 3 different drivers leading laps in this race. Max Rossi, 13 laps led there at the end to get to victory lane. Tim Randolph dominated this race, 38 laps led, but got it stolen late. He ends up second. Cynthia Bright third, was pretty much there all race long. Derek Bouchard up to fourth there at the end and extends that points lead to up over, I think it's 40 points. And Trey Rainey, a nice, decent day for him inside the top 5. Danny Bright there at the end was 4th, fell back to 6th on those final laps. Stephen Taylor up to 7th, Marshall Burrow down to 8th from the pole. Jake Galloway up to 9th, and Roland Cook rounds up the top 10. As we look at the top 20, Cole Luigi fell back to 13th on that final restart. Nothing went right for him on that restart. I think he was 9th, and fell back to 13th and lost ground to Derek Bouchard in the race for the points lead. Look down here at the rest of the field. Only truck out of the race, Anton Charbois, and it was a mechanical issue header. Let's now go see the points. As we look at the point standings, this is how it shakes up. Derek Bouchard, a nice top 5 finish for him, moves him up 40 points ahead of Cole Luigi. So Luigi falls from 4 points behind, now 40 points behind, still within striking distance in second. Max Rossi up to 3rd with that win. 4th is now Danny Bright, and Jake Galloway back up to 5th. Then we have Ricky Miller in 6th, and Anthony Hernandez in 7th. Anton Charbois down to 8th after the misfortunes for that truck. That's Stephen Taylor in 9th, and Oliver Galloway holds the final spot inside the top 10. So we look at the top 20 on our 2 wild cards right now. Keith Stevens, who is 14th, and Mike Burrow, who is 12th. But just behind Burrow is Michael Sanders. He is only 2 points behind the 20. And then further down, Danny Lloyd is 20th. He's going to need another win, probably, to make this chase as we're getting down to chase time. We look down at the rest of the points. See down here, last season's champion Mathis Wells possibly will not have a shot to defend his title. Luke Ray down 22nd. He needs another win badly. That 2019 really needs another win. Down here, Racer needs the points. Rise Tube and Jay Jefferson, they just want wins at this point. And if they get enough to try and get up there, that'll be good enough. So we go from one short track to the next. We now head up to New York at the Oswego Speedway. 0.6 miles around the PNC Bank 250. I'll see you guys then.